Point, the timer is going to start. When the timer goes off on the board, your warm-up should be finished. Your teacher will play the tape when the warm-up is finished. Okay, here we go. In a soil sample, the ratio of nitrogen to calcium is 12 to 5. If a sample of soil has 20 units of calcium, how much nitrogen is in the sample? So first thing I notice, we're talking about a ratio comparison between nitrogen and calcium. So that's what we're going to make our ticket, nitrogen to calcium. That's what's being compared. We know that there are 12 units of nitrogen for every 5 units of calcium. The order matters. And as we keep reading, it tells us if a sample of soil has 20 units of calcium. The whole point of making the ticket is we know we're keeping track of nitrogen in the numerator, calcium in the denominator. So 20 units of calcium. How much nitrogen is in the sample? That's what we don't know. That's what we're trying to figure out. And if you wanted to, instead of putting question marks, now that we're getting into algebra, you could put an X there. It's an unknown. That's what we're trying to figure out. But we know that 5 times 4 gives us 20. We quadrupled the amount of calcium, which means we also have to multiply the amount of nitrogen by 4. 12 times 4 is 48. So we know in this case that there are 48 units of nitrogen. Number 2, at the grocery store or produce department sells 1 dozen bananas. First thing I'm doing, I know that a dozen is 12, so I'm going to just keep track of it for myself. For a price of $4.32. So right away I'm thinking, okay, I know that if I spend $4.32, I can get a dozen or 12 bananas. So that's what I'm comparing here, how much money it is for an amount of bananas. At that same rate, how much would it cost to buy a single banana, 1 banana? How much per banana? So I know that to go from 12 to 1, I have to divide by 12. 12 divided by 12 is 1. So to find out how much a single banana is going to cost, I take $4.32, divide it by 12, and find that a single banana costs 36 cents. Once I know that, I can answer any question for how much bananas are. If I was having a huge cookout and I needed 80 bananas to make banana pudding, I would do 36 cents times 80. If I owned a restaurant and I needed dozens and dozens of bananas, let's say I needed 340 bananas, I would multiply 340 by 36 cents. The key to both of these problems, as you should know by now, is making the ticket. All of these problems take some work. Number 3, on the coordinate grid, which of the following ordered pairs has a distance of 4 units between them? I'm going to start with answer choice A. So answer choice A has ordered pairs located at 4, 0, and -4, 0. And I'll tell you right now that many of you probably picked it. This is a really common wrong answer. Just because you see 4s in the problem does not mean they're 4 units apart. Think about it. 4, 0 on the number line is located like about right here. -4, 0 is located about right here. From -4 to 0, that's already 4 units. From 0 to 4, that's another 4. So these are actually 8 units apart. A is definitely not the correct answer choice. So now let's move on and try answer choice B. Answer choice B is 3, 6, and 3, 4. Again, we look at the x and y points. Well, our x coordinates are the same. That will not help us. 4 and 6, those are only 2 units apart on the number line. Here's 4. Here's 6. The only thing in between them is 5. To go from 4 to 6 is only 2 units. That is also an incorrect answer. We move to answer choice C, which says -2, 6, and 2, 6. -2, 6, and 2, 6. Well, the 6's are both the same. That won't help us. From -2 to +2, here's -2. Here's +2. There's some numbers in between. But I know from -2 to 0 is 2 units. From 0 to 2 is another 2 units. That is a total of 4 units apart. That has to be answer choice C. Number 4, the greatest common factor of 64 and 20. I'm not going to waste my time going over this. We've talked about this before. This is really just a test of laziness. Are you going to use your calculator to help you figure out the common factor?